Lisa. I'm the Barefoot Pampered chef, and today we're going to make sweet and salty caramel mousse cups. And they're not as hard as they sound. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take 3 cups of pretzels. Now I'm making this in my brownie pan, but you can make it in your mini deluxe mini muffin pan. Mini muffins, that's what I was talking about. So really quickly, I'm just going to put a little bit of oil into these. You can use a spritzer if you want. What I'm going to use is just a paper towel at the moment. That's what I have on hand. So I'm just going to kind of grease the bottom of these really quick. Now the recipe in the mini muffin tin is a little bit less than the recipe in the brownie pan, but they can be both found on the Pampered Chef website. So that's done. So like I said, we're going to take 3 cups of pretzels, and I'm going to take half of these and put them into my manual food processor, because we're going to do 2 batches. And they're running away. And the pretzels ran away. So I'm going to make this into kind of a fine blend. This is going to be our crust, so you want it to almost be kind of a floury type of a mixture. Good workout going. It's okay if there are some pretzel pieces in it. I think I'm good. I'm going to pour that into there, and we're going to do our next set and do the same thing and catch the runaway pretzels. All right, so 3 cups. Keep going. Like Dory says, just keep swimming. These are done. I'm making mine a little bit more whole, but you can crunch them up with your hands a little bit if you like. So there's that. To this, I'm going to add, let's see, how much is this? Let me check my recipe again. Always check your recipe. 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. And 7.5 tablespoons of melted butter. Alright, so we're going to mix this all together, and this is going to make our crust. And you can already smell that salty, sweet kind of thing going on here with the powdered sugar and the salt from the pretzels. Okay, now that it's all good and mixed, I'm going to take probably a little bit more than a tablespoon into each one of these brownie pans, or brownie squares. A little bit more for you. A little bit more. I've got my oven preheated to 375 degrees. And I'll show you how to make the filling here in a second. So once we get these all filled with what we want, we are going to press the edges down. You can use your tart shaper I'm just going to use my fingers today. I think I got a little couple of these too full, but that's all right. They'll still taste amazing. All right. We're going to use this bowl in a second. So now just squish down this into each one. So you have a nice section for your filling. And I've decided that if these don't turn out, that they'll just make amazing toppings to go over ice cream. All right, we're gonna pop these in the oven for about 6 minutes. So since I am a forget it kind of a person, I'm gonna put my timer on and start that. Now to make the filling, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some, about 3/4 of a cup of whipped cream that I've just kind of softened and thawed a little bit. We're gonna add 1/3 of a cup of caramel sauce. Now I'm using a salted caramel sauce. You can use whatever caramel sauce that you would like. About 2 of the English toffee candy bars that I've put through my manual processor and just made into chunks. And 9 ounces of softened cream cheese. Ugh. Yummy. And we're just going to kind of mix this all up by hand until it makes a nice mousse-like mixture. If you don't have a salted caramel sauce, you could add a little tiny bit of salt to this mixture just to bring out the flavors. I think that little extra hint of salt just pops against the background of the sweet and just gives you this really nice flavor. So I'm just kind of mixing this up, making sure everything gets nice and incorporated here. And then the way that we're going to put this into our shells is we're going to take either a Ziploc baggie, or I've just got a piping bag that I haven't cut the tip off of yet. I'm not going to put a piping tip on this, I'm just going to cut the end off. So I put this down into a big cup so it'll make it easier to stuff, and I just pulled my edges back over the sides. So I'm going to take this mixture and I'm going to fill up my piping bag. And we've got about 3 more minutes on these shells. And once they pop out, we'll be able to stuff them. So we're just going to lift up on this bag. Good taste. Grab this end. We're going to kind of force our contents down into the bottom. Now you get to the point where you're not going to be able to force it anymore because there's an air pocket, and at that point is when I'm going to trim a little bit of this bottom off. But for right now, we're going to wait until these are done. So once your crusts come out of the oven, you're going to use your little mini scraper to pull them out after they've cooled a little bit, and this is what they'll look like. Now, if they don't come out in one piece, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Put them in a bowl, serve them, they'll still taste the same and they'll taste great. Because An accident in the kitchen can always be undone. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our topping that we've pressed down to the bottom here. I'm just going to snip off a little bit of the end. Maybe a little bit more than that. And I'm just going to pipe a big dollop of this yummy goodness right in the center. Now, if you're really feeling good, you can take a little bit more of your caramel sauce and you can drizzle a little bit over the top. Just to make it that perfect bite. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration. Everything that you see here today can be found on www.pamperedchef.biz/Lisa Wright, LISAWRIGHT. And you can find me on YouTube at the Barefoot Pampered Chef channel and on Twitter and Instagram at #BarefootPC. Thanks and have a great day.